Okay, for this podcast, I've selected 4 examples here from a GED practice test to work through a few of these because these percent problems really give students fits. But let's see if we can help you get through them here. So nothing to it but to do it. Let's see. Let's work in green. I like green. So we got some shoes that are discounted by 25%. They originally cost 46%. Calculate the price of the shoes. So they originally cost 46%, and they're discounted by 25%. So that leaves me with 75%. That is, it's 46 times 1 minus 0.25, which equals 46 times 1 minus 0.25. 1 minus 0.25 equals 75.75. Okay, and this number right here represents 75% of 46. So we see it makes sense that if we discount by 25%, what remains should be 75%. So let's get our final answer here. We would get, let's see, 46 times 0.75, $34.5, $34.50. Okay, let's jump to the second example. We have an apprentice carpenter, Grace. She earns $7.75 an hour. After her apprenticeship, her pay is going to bump up to $11.75 per hour. By what percent of her current pay will her salary increase after she becomes a carpenter? Okay, so we can still use the same method we were talking about. I've got her original earnings are $7.75, and they're going to increase, so it's going to be 1 plus P. Now in this case we don't know what our percentage is, so and remember that's the decimal form of the percentage. If I let P there be the percentage, and we know that when we're done, what we have is $11.75. Okay, so now we have to figure out what is P. That's the question. By what percent of her current pay will her salary increase after she becomes a carpenter? So now it's just the algebra. We have to know how to do the algebra. So we got to see that we use the distributive property here, and we get that 7.75 times 1 is 7.75, plus 7.75 times P is 7.75 P equals 11.75. We need to get P by itself, so we need to subtract the 7.75 from both sides. And I get that 7.75 P equals, what's 11 minus 7.75? Well, it's going to be 4, but let's be careful here. Clear. 11.75 minus 7.75 is 4. Now to get the P by itself, I need to get rid of that's coefficient there, 7.75. Anytime I have a coefficient, to get rid of it, I simply divide out. 7.75, I can do anything I want to a math equation as long as I do it to both sides. And we get the P equals 4 divided by 7.75. Clear? 4 divided by 7.75, and we get 0.516. Let's just say that 0.516. That's about 0.516, and so that's the decimal form of our percentage. Then her pay increased by about 51.6%. So going from $7.75 an hour to $11.75 per hour is about a 51.6 pay increase. Let's jump to the third page here. Search in the store on sale for 30% off. So we're going to reduce the original price by 30%. And we have a sales tax of 7.25%. What's the total price of a shirt that has an original price of $29.95? So this problem is it stumps a lot of students. So let's work through it. We know that we have a shirt that costs $29.95, and we know that it is reduced by 30%. So that is, it is reduced by 30%. So we do 1 minus 0.30 if you want, and then so this is the new price. So that represents the new price, and so then you take it to the cash register, the cashier, and what they do is they bump it up by another 7.25%. So you reduced it by 30% on the shelf, and that's what this number represents. And then the cashier bumps it up by 1 plus 0.0725. And we'll see then that will give us, so this is the sale price, the shelf sale price, and this is giving us the extra taxes, and that will give us the final price. So let's get here, we got 29.95 times 1 minus 0.3 is going to be, clear, 1 minus 0.3, 0.7, and then we multiply by 1 plus point, and that's just going to be 1.0725. Okay, so now we have all multiplication there, so we can just do it. Clear, 29.95 times 0.7 times 1.0725. $22 and about let's say 49 cents. So about $22.49. They're going to round up. You can bet that the store is $22.49. Okay. So that is going to be. This thing originally cost $29.95. It was reduced by 30% and then bumped up by 7.25% sales tax. Our cost to get out the door is going to be $22.49. One more problem here. We're selling a house for $180,000. The realtor charges a commission of $5,000 plus 4.5% of the selling price. How much commission will the realtor earn? So we know they get the $5,000 up front, plus they get 4.5% of the selling price. Note, this is not increasing or decreasing. This is just whatever 4.5% of that selling price is how much they earn. So we're going to get 0.045. That's the decimal form. Taking 4.5 and moving the decimal to the left 2 places, times 180,000. Okay. So we can work all this out in one whack, I believe. Let's do our multiplication first. Order of operations, 0.045 times 180,000 equals 8,100 plus 5,000. 13,100 bucks. Alright. So as if you sold your house for $180,000 and you agreed that you would give your realtor $5,000 up front plus 4.5% of the selling price, you would agree to pay them $13,100. And that's going to conclude this video working through a few examples of percent.